Our next round is called This Is My, where we bring on a mystery guest who has a close connection to one of our panellists. Now, this week, each of Lee's team will claim it's them that has the genuine connection to the guest, and it's up to David's team to spot who's telling the truth. So, please welcome this week's special guest, Mike. Barry, what is Mike to you?
This is Mike, who is one of the 3 kings who came to visit me at Christmas.
OK. Miles, what is Mike to you?
This is Mike. We were once told off by our neighbour because our snowman was using up too much snow.
Right. And Lee, what's your relationship with Mike?
This is Mike, and last year I ordered my Christmas turkey from his farm, but I never got to eat it because I formed an unbreakable bond with the bird.
So there we have it. Barry's Christmas king, Miles' fellow snow hog, or Lee's turkey trader. David's team, where would you like to begin?
So, Barry,
Yes.
your story is unclear at the moment. Are you saying that you're the baby Jesus?
No, it was Christmas, and 3 kings visited me.
What countries were they king of?
They were not kings in the regal sense at all.
In what sense were they kings?
In sense of their name.
Their surname was King?
Yes.
I get it now. Suddenly it's more plausible.
Here we go again. What are the names of the 3 kings?
Mike.
Phew!
Tony.
Tony King.
And Dennis.
Dennis King.
Dennis King.
It's a very warm memory I've got of them visiting. I was in hospital.
They visited you in hospital?
Yes.
Can we ask the nature of your hospital visit, or is that too personal a question?
Oh, there might be people eating and watching this.
There won't be anyone watching it, but there might be people eating.
I was bandaged up extensively.
Like a mummy?
I was. That's true.
You were bandaged all over?
Yes.
But you don't think it appropriate to say why?
Well, if you insist.
Yes, we do.
Eczema.
Oh.
Happy Christmas time. Happy Christmas time.
Happy Xmas.
That was great.
Right,
I have eczema, and I do not believe you, sir. I've had bad eczema years ago. It was a whole issue. There was a point in my life where I basically did not have skin on my legs and arms. It was awful. And, never had to bandage up. Also, the few times I was so desperate to stop scratching that I did bandage myself up, it just made it worse. So I do not believe you can go to a hospital and get bandaged up that way, because it would just be bad, dude. Just be really bad. So, I don't believe you, sir. Again, I'm speaking of my own experience. Yes, some people my experience, it did not help me, and I don't believe it would help anyone. So, just saying that. I'm not saying it's impossible. That's not how eczema works. That's not how my eczema works. I'm making that clear. I'm learning, okay? Because people get mad when I make comments thinking I'm speaking as if I were freaking an encyclopedia spitting facts. Dude, I'm giving my opinion on my views of my world. Yeah.
What about Miles?
OK, Miles, you and Mike were making a snowman together.
A neighbour was very cross with us because our snowman had used too much snow.
Set the scene. Where were you making the snowman?
Northampton.
So you live in Northampton?
No, I don't live in there. Mike lives in Northampton. And I was staying in Northampton.
And why were you staying with Mike?
Yes, because he rents rooms to actors.
So what was the play you were doing in Northampton?
It was called The Way of the World.
Right, and you were staying with Mike?
That's right, yeah.
How did the topic of building a snowman with this relative stranger
Say relative stranger,
I
was staying in Mike's house for 2.5 months. What would happen, I would go back to the digs after the show, and Mike would often still be up and say, oh, I've just opened a bottle, and do you want a glass? So I'd sit and we'd chat about how did it go, and I'd say, oh, Mike, it was another absolute triumph. And,
so you got to know Mike, and then one day it snowed, and Mike said, we're friends now.
And at that point, words weren't necessary. You both looked at each other. Come on, Mike.
So that it snowed.
Yeah.
And who brings up the subject of building a snowman?
Oh, well, Mike smokes, so he would go outside on the doorstep. And one day
That's when he noticed the snow.
Well, he hadn't looked out the window at that point because I was telling him theatrical anecdotes, so he was absolutely riveted. He would have no reason to look anywhere other than straight at, whichever part of my body I was using to tell the story.
Which parts of your body?
All right. Whoops. Technical difficulties. So here we are. We're going to go a little bit back and...
Can you use to tell stories?
I wasn't expecting it to be that loud. All right.
He noticed the snow.
Well, he hadn't looked out the window at that point because I was telling him theatrical anecdotes, so he was absolutely riveted. He would have no reason to look anywhere other than straight at, whichever part of my body I was using to tell the story.
Which parts of your body can you use to tell stories?
He's a proper actor. He tells stories with his whole body.
It's not just neck-up cynicism.
So Mike hadn't noticed the snow. He went outside.
He said, "Do you know it's snowing?" And so I wandered out, and I was like, "Oh wow, I haven't made a snowman for ages." And we were talking about making snowman, and I said, "You know that thing when you start rolling snow, and you can make a snowman really big really quickly because you roll it and it starts picking up." And I started demonstrating.
But only if the snow has already lain and you said it's snowing. Thank you.
Yeah, but how?
I think what you're underestimating, Miranda, is the length of Miles's anecdote. It starts snowing, and then the anecdote finishes. It's about 6 feet of it.
That seems more plausible.
Yes.
There you go.
Right, and then what happens?
I used the snow from probably about 3 or 4 houses. I've used all that snow to make one enormous, ridiculously large snowman.
And then what happened? Because then there was an altercation.
When I went out the house the next morning, a chap that lived like 2 doors down said, "Did you know who built the snowman?" I said very proudly, "I built this snowman." And he said, "Well, you've used up all the snow, haven't you?"
Does this house have a back garden?
I'm sorry, I'm so confused. Why is nobody asking the question? My question is, why do people want snow? Isn't removing snow from a neighbor's yard a good thing? Isn't it a hassle to do? Why do you guys, use snow to cook later? Or do you collect it? Or drink it late? I don't get it. Why is it a problem? Why does this neighbor want his snow? Is he that petty and territorial? I don't get it. I mean, shouldn't they be thanking him for cleaning out their driveway or whatever? I'm so confused. And they're not even bothered. He's like, okay, but you used up his snow, but I'm surely he had snow in the back. I mean, what? Why? What for?
It does, but the back garden has multiple, lots and lots of locks, whereas the front one, you wanted a cigarette, so you just...
Sorry, why did he have so many locks on his back door?
Well, because people are more likely to break into the back... You must know this. People are more likely to break into the back of the house.
Why must he know that?
Than the front, yeah.
Now then, Lee's story.
Lee and your bird.
Mike sold you a turkey, is that right?
No, I went to his farm to choose a turkey, but I never got to eat it because I formed an unbreakable bond with that bird.
And it's here tonight?
What was the nature of this bond?
I went to the farm in around about beginning of November, and you choose your bird, and then I was driving past again, and I thought I'd just pop in, have a little look at my bird. And so he showed me, and that's when I had a proper look at it, and it looked back at me. And there was something about the look that he gave me that just made me think, I don't want to kill him and eat him. So
Did you immediately feel that?
No. This was after we'd had dinner, and it was about the 3rd day, I think.
So what did you do to save the bird's life?
I said to Mike, change of plan. I will take it home.
What did you have for Christmas dinner that year?
We had turkey, but not that turkey.
So did you say, I'll take him as a pet,
and I'll kill
that one, chop its head off?
No,
because he won't give me the time of day.
Where do you keep a turkey?
In the first place, in the shed, I cleared away all the sharp implements.
Bit of potpourri in a bowl.
If you're not going to take my story seriously, Stephen, I don't want to talk to you.
How did your wife react? She was
well, she, as you know, lives in the shed as well, so she, she wasn't happy. And she said, I think it's time I made a move into what she calls the house. So I let her in the house.
What did you call the turkey?
Istanbul.
Istanbul.
Why?
It's in Turkey.
Turkey.
I asked too, by the way. But
Right,
sure.
so, David's team. Is Mike Barry's Christmas king?
This one's
Miles'
hard.
fellow snow hog, or Lee's turkey trader?
I'm all about Miles.
Yeah.
In every way.
I think it's Barry.
Do you?
Do you?
Do we think Lee is definitely not...
We think Lee is definitely
okay.
not true. So you think it's
Family
Miles?
I think
No.
it's Miles.
Stephen's saying Miles.
Sometimes I'm saying Miles, sometimes I'm saying Barry. I'm confused.
It's Barry.
You say it's Barry. Okay.
Why is no one bothered that the neighbor wanted the snow? It's so confusing to me. I'm gonna go with... No, but it was the eczema. No! Damn it, they all three stories suck. I'm gonna go with Barry just because it's an age thing. Old guys have old guy friends. It's just the way of life. People grow old together. So just... Yeah. Yeah. That's because I have nothing to base this on. My gut is not saying, oh, it's Miles. Oh, it's it. No, it's all crap. My gut, I don't know what my butt's saying. But my gut is saying, woman, what the hell are you feeding me? This is all trash and it makes no sense. I ain't picking. So I'm going with Barry because of the old thing, and that's just about it.
Okay. Mike, would you please reveal your true identity?
Yeah, I'm the Mike King with the three kings who
There you
visited
go.
Barry on Christmas Day.
Yay! Also, how bad was your eczema, sir? I mean, I've had bad eczema, but I've never been hospitalized because of eczema. That is some serious stuff, sir. I hope you're better. I know I am.
Yes, Mike is Barry's Christmas
You got
king.
something right. Yay!
Thanks very much, Mike. Thank you.